So how's it going, my comic gentlemen? We're here today with Alfred Paige, the creator of Blowtorch and now DaisyChain. How you doing, Alfred?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, man. About time we can get you. I've been
Yeah.
reading your books from a while back. We've been Facebook friends for forever.
Yes, sir.
So how long have you been making?
I appreciate the support that you've been giving the books. It means a lot to me and the team.
Yeah, man. How long have you been making comic books for?
I started as a hobby back in the '90s. So, like I would say '95, maybe '96, something like that. I started as a hobby, and and then in the more recent years, I started doing it more serious.
How was the indie comic scene back in the '90s? Was it strong?
No, I mean it was just image. It was just image. Billy Tushy, I forgot what his Crusade. So it's like
Yeah.
Image, Crusade, or Valiant. You know what I mean? So or Cross Gene, something like I forgot what that Cross Gene or something like that.
Okay.
So, but it wasn't an exploding indie market. It was you go to the conventions, you try to get one of these editors to see your stuff, and you try to get your book in that way. And then if they didn't pick it up, then or you try to get a job with them. That's more or less what it was. Instead of doing your own book, like now, doing your own book is more popular. You just do your own book and put it on Kickstarter or whatever. Back then, it's like, oh, can I draw? Can I get art position in your thing, or can I get a writing position in your thing, something like that.
Yeah, I think some of the creators on Kickstarter, I think their crowds are bigger than some of the image books.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, everybody got a following. Really, the places that used to be so big, IDW, Image, all that stuff, is kind of outweighed by all the indie markets, with Kickstarter and all that stuff. I mean, you can have a book on Kickstarter that's the biggest thing moving. You know what I mean? So,
And COVID, when all the big comic book publishers shut down for COVID, indie
that's
comics
right.
rose to the occasion.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah. So the market now is I mean, you couldn't even get into like a Diamond back then unless you was a major market or you had a market of the major sales. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a big difference now.
Yeah, now you could do all the footwork yourself with Diamond and everything else. You don't need a publisher to
That's
get you
right.
in.
That's right. You could have something. The expectations are nowhere near the same, and the markets are saturated. That back then, Image first came out. I remember they were doing a million copies.
Yeah.
2 million copies. You know what I mean? When Image is popping and the #1 comic books and X-Men, all that, Rob Liefeld was doing 1 million copies of Youngblood. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that when I saw Rob Liefeld on Lifestyles and Rich and Famous.
Yep.
It's like, this guy's on Lifestyles and Rich and Famous, man. I remember that episode. But I mean, want to do comic books too. He's playing pool table and all types of stuff. And Youngblood just did 20 million copies. You know what I mean? And he's 22 years old. I'm like, God, Lord, boy. So
yeah, if you look back at those old videos of him and McFarlane talking, they was kids, man. They looked like kids. I don't know if
20-some years old. When they did Lifestyles and Richard, 22, 23, something like that. Off that book. Off of X-Force and Youngblood.
And Spawn,
So
and they're set for life.
Well, Tommy Finley is the smartest one because he kept Spawn underneath his thing. You know what I mean? To this day, Spawn still sells. I mean, not sell the millions, but it's still maybe like a $200,000 book.
Oh, easily.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the elevator pitch for Blowtorch?
Blowtorch is an extension of Chess. So it's a spin-off comic book of Chess with one of the characters. And what I wanted to do with Chess is a personal agenda strikes team. So it has all these individuals on it, but everybody had their own character, their own personality. So when I started chess, I wanted to do a solo book for each one of the characters. So I did Pinpoint, 3 issues of Pinpoint, who's the over aggressive character. And then I wanted to do Blowtorch, who's the total opposite. And I wanted to, try to play with his past. Like Blowtorch is an ex-Army Ranger. The guy's face is figured in a minefield blast. But his character itself is that he was always the perfect person. He had the looks. Like he had the super handsome football player. I don't know, John Travolta or something like that. He's always at face value. Like, he's used to doing things at face value. So, he's the football star in high school. He comes from a big family. He's real big. He's real handsome. He's like that Fabio style. And then when he got his face disfigured, everything about him kind of changed. Because, now what the first thing he sees like him for is, his looks or whatever. He went into like a hiding place, but he's still that perfect soldier. So I want to put that contrast of what's going on with him. Okay. You know what I mean? So, and you get a better outline of his past or that story in the new comic book that's coming out this week, Blowtorch Bury the Past.
Bury the Past, and that's all. They can pick this up at their comic book store this Wednesday, right?
That's right, July 3rd. That's right.
That's when the full interview's coming out the same day, so they can listen to this and go to their comic book store after.
Yeah, that one gives you, and that's a re-release. We released it before in black in a gray tone, and then I went back and did a full color version that really elevates the book with colorist Iwan. And when he gets into colors, I was like, oh my god, it's like a whole different comic book now with the colors. So we just put it back out, and that's going to be in stores on July 3rd.
Sweet.
And that tells her back. That one kind of tells his backstory of how he got to where he is now.
Okay. And DaisyChain?
DaisyChain's my first try at a crime thriller. And funny enough, me and my partner Mike Lynch wrote DaisyChain years ago. Maybe about 10 years ago, if not even longer than that. And we wrote DaisyChain as internet became more useful, social media and stuff like that. So the whole idea was to use social media as the way for her to get her victims, right? And then we submitted DaisyChain over the years to everybody, to Image, to Darby Pop, to Ablaze, to everybody, you name it. We submitted DaisyChain to them, and we could never get a bite. And then we did some, a couple of revisions with different artists and stuff like that. And then the artist that did Blowtorch Bad Roads, Igor, after he finished Blowtorch Bad Roads, we still had the DaisyChain script. And I was like, something, I love his art style. Let me just see what he does with this script. And then when he sent the pages in, it really just changed the whole outline of the comic book. The look of it. And I was like, oh wow, this is the look we've been waiting for. This is it right here. Now this is going what the comic book needed. And then he did the whole first issue. I was like, oh man, this is incredible. And then we putting it back out, and we're putting it back out under our own name, Page One Comics.
And is that coming out July 3rd also?
No, that's scheduled for July 10th.
Okay. Just the week after.
That's
so
correct.
Do you kickstart these books first, then go to the comic shops?
No, I don't do Kickstarter too much. I go straight to Diamond. I just put it out, and then I set up at like the next convention coming up or something like that. I do a release of it. Like DaisyChain's gonna have a big release at New York Comic Con in October. So,
What social medias are you on?
I am on Facebook, Instagram. I got a page on Comicexposure.com. The exclusives, you get all the exclusive comic books. There's a page one comics link on there as well. You get all the listing of all my comic books and the exclusive covers that come with them.
What Comic Cons you going to this year?
Right now, I'm the schedule for New York Comic Con as of right now, and for the rest of the year, there's a chance I will be at Tampa Bay Comic Con, Tampa, Florida, in August, I believe it is. There's a chance I might be there with the Blowtorch Bury the Past promotion. But we doing a big DaisyChain thing with at New York Comic Con.
Did you go to MegaCon this year?
I did do MegaCon, and I did Blowtorch Bad Roads 1 and 2, and I did a signing with Tyler Kirkland, which was fantastic.
Sweet.
With his covers, and it was very successful. I didn't do a signing with him, but he was there, and people was able to get his signature on those covers as well. So it worked out well, and it was a good weekend. It was a good show.
Yeah, I regret that I missed that whole show. There were so many great creators there.
Yeah, I was there with Nate Melendez, who was a fantastic artist. Tyler Kirkland, and the other guy. So it was a good show. Yeah, it's a fantastic weekend. Very successful.
All the guys from Ghost Machine, Jeff Johns, and all them. They was there signing the books. Yeah,
they was. Yeah, they're right across from me. So yeah, they was. Yeah.
Sweet. What advice would you give to new creators out there that want to get their book going?
Enjoy your idea. So if you're writing something, depending on what what part you play in the comic book, but just enjoy it, and then let the people that get your product enjoy it the way you enjoy it. If you're a writer, just enjoy writing. Don't. Fortunately, you at time now, but you can do anything, any direction. There's no particular rule to doing comic books, from fantasy to action to sci-fi to whatever your mind could put together. There's no rules now to comic book. So let's enjoy what you're doing and try to get that enjoyment through reading the comic book, and then that would build that fan base.
And there's no one set way to get your comic book made and out there, No,
I mean, now is any way that any way you could build an audience, and there's so many factors now. Whether you're doing it through Kickstarter, you're doing it through Diamond, you're doing it through just conventions, you're doing it through other social media markets like a TikTok market or something like that. Any type of market. I mean, it's just about building your audience or finding a way that people could see your product.
I got you. So, dead or alive, who would you like to make a comic book with? Your dream team?
Andy Kubert.
Okay.
My favorite artist ever, Andy Kubert.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the artist that I'm looking forward one day to working with, or at least getting some artwork from on my stuff. Andy Kubert, I'm a big fan of his. So
that was gonna be my next question. Was you gonna get him to create something new, or was you just gonna let him work?
Do the characters they already have. You know what I mean? I'm doing a new chess book next year. I'm doing I got a new Footpath solo comic book coming out. Like I said, with the chess team, I wanted to do a solo book for each one of the characters that kind of like plays on who they are, so you can get to know them individually. and then as well as a team. So next year I got a Footpath solo comic book coming, written by myself, Jonathan Hendrick, artwork by Marcella Salasa. So look out for that. That's going to be a good one. That script is fantastic, and I can't wait to start working on that. That's for next summer. So we got some things coming out.
Well, are you allowed to say the genre of the book that's coming out? Is it going to be like adventure, horror?
Yeah, that's still in the same aspect of like a Blowtorch. It's still an action comic book.
Okay.
Action adventure comic book. So or G.I. Joe or something like that. We actually it's funny enough, Jonathan Hendricks sent his script in, and then we saw Scarlet, the new G.I. Joe book, Scarlet.
Yeah.
And it's like the first page is the same thing. I was like, oh my God. I was like, so, but yeah, but it's still in that same atmosphere of action adventure.
It's funny you said that, because something similar happened to Scout. They put out a comic book and a movie trailer that was almost identical, came out like the same week.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm talking about like that like it's like you was reading the script.
Yeah.
Like the first 2 pages, I was like, yo. And this is like a week and a half after we got we finished. We did the final on our script. And then they announced a Scarlet comic book, and then they look at the first, they show the first preview pages or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the same 2 pages. So, but other than that, yeah, it's just part of the industry. I mean, it's just coincidence. There's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, I mean, definitely look out for the future Page One Comics, Comicsburg titles that's coming out. Comicsburg also got The Edge and Beowulf. And look out, we got a crossover coming out next year with The Edge and Chess.
Right.
Look out for that. We got, of course, a new chess comic book coming out. We got DaisyChain, which is my first attempt at a crime thriller. That'll be out. Look out for that. I hope that does good. We got Blowtorch, Bury the Past coming out, and yeah, we just working, and you keep following us for whatever new material we got. We're going to try out there.
Where's the best place that people can get the up-to-date news on what you got going on?
Oh, definitely follow me on Project Chess on Facebook. Link social media Project Chess abbreviated, so it's C.H.E.S.S. And you get all the title updates on there. You can also follow me on Comics Exposure, Page One Comics link. You can get all the exclusives to all the covers that I do. And yeah, that's it. Those are the best places to follow me at.
We'll put all the links down in the description of the interview. So
Thank
they
you,
can
sir.
just, yeah, man, not a problem. Appreciate you taking the time to come talk with me today.
I appreciate you for looking out for me and supporting the comic books that we put out.
Yeah, man.
What? You mean you haven't subscribed to Comicchatauthority? Oh, come on, subscribe already. What are you waiting for? It's no big deal. Like, man, don't forget to tell him to hit that like button. Yeah, that too. Just subscribe.